Chapter 6. In the final stages of spring, the weather became warmer as they got closer to the south. It was also raining more often, which made the weather more humid. At a tea stand by the post road, Tian Shao hugged his teacup and drank a huge mouthful of tea in one gulp. He smacked his lips, pursing his lips a tiny bit. While he drank his tea happily, Yu Yao frowned with a grave expression. Her ears listened carefully and managed to pick out a nearby table of people saying, 10 days ago, it was said that a major criminal escaped from the capital. Exactly. On the second day, the imperial guards swarmed the entire city looking for him. Sai, I've heard the emperor even ordered an imperial edict, ordering all the counties to arrest criminals if they found him. Who do you guys think escaped? Who knows? In any case, the northern dynasty can't control the southern area. If they come here, how will the emperor be able to make a move as he wishes? Yu Yao lightly smoothed her lips and took a sip of her tea. Her mind continued to race as she thought about what they had just said. The court naturally wouldn't make any major moves in the south, but if they did find the criminals who had escaped, it would be enough for some major and hidden imperial guards to make a move. She had only recovered 70 to 80% of her strength. This was enough to sustain her for now, but if she did meet a skilled expert with extremely high internal energy, she probably wouldn't be able to hold out. Therefore, it would seem that they would have to change their route to the smaller paths. Yu Yao. Tian Shao called her. Yu Yao had just lifted her head when Tian Shao's finger touched her eyebrows and began to rub them. You're frowning. After being together all the time, Yu Yao had already gotten used to Tian Shao's touching. She allowed his fingers to smooth her brows, and then she said, have you rested enough? We should get going now. After looking at her for a while, he said, have we already reached the south? Seeing Yu Yao nod her head, he continued, then are you about to go complete your mission? Without waiting for a response, he immediately grabbed Yu Yao's hand and said, I'll go with you. Don't keep thinking about sending me to another place, alright? I don't like other people. I only like you. The abrupt confession shot into Yu Yao's heart like an arrow. She could almost hear the sound of her heart beating. Blood shot into her face, making her cheeks red. She coughed and then opened her eyes, seeing an ambiguous look from a waiter coming to take the teacups away. Ayah, this young gentleman sure loves his little wife dearly. Why does the little wife have to send her husband away? The people around them said things like this, making Tian Shao's heart full of grievances burst. Yes. Don't send me away. I don't want to leave you, and I don't want to go to any fu or any nation, he spoke quickly, and Yu Yao didn't have time to stop him. After the waiter heard these words, a murderous glint flashed through his eyes. Yu Yao immediately looked at him, swiftly unsheathing her sword. Lightning seemed to burst between the swords, and with a ding, Yu Yao's sword chafed against the waiter's dagger, and sparks flew up. Tian Shao was overwhelmed with shock. Yu Yao flipped the table over with her foot and dragged Tian Shao's hand as she began to run. Are you standing there foolishly waiting for death? The waiter shouted, it's them. The rest of the people who had been hiding immediately leapt up. The remaining customers dispersed immediately. Yu Yao brought Tian Shao along, but Tian Shao couldn't run quickly, so she scolded him. You're a guy, and you're so useless. Tian Shao didn't try to defend himself. He knew he was a nuisance. 10 years ago, the soldiers had forced their way into the palace, and now, he was being pursued by people who were trying to kill him. But now, he didn't want to be useless and he wanted to protect Yu Yao. Thus, Tian Shao suddenly said, Yu Yao. I'll go with them. He had run until he was out of breath. This way, they won't chase you any longer. That was right. Abandoning Tian Shao was the best option she had. Tian Shao was unrelated to her in any way, and the entire way here, he had already inconvenienced her enough. If it had been the past, she would have already abandoned him a long time ago. But Tian Shao couldn't go. She didn't know why, but something in her heart told her that Tian Shao couldn't go and she had to save him. Because, she had unconsciously begun to hate seeing him look so defeated. End of chapter 6.